Let me show you where the Bible was changed with one express purpose in mind: to degrade women. Because the reason that women have been struggling for so many years to reach a place of equality in the normal society is because of one thing and one thing only: religion. There is nothing else on the face of the earth within hindered the progress of women to be just equal partners in this journey through life except religion. And the reason that religion became that way was that during the Iron Age, suddenly the ideal of God became the war god, the macho Jehovah war god. And it was necessary to forge the tools of war, and of course the men were the fighters, and so that the women then became baggage and luggage and so forth and so on. And so the degrading of women became an extremely important part of church. And it's not only Christianity, it's in all of the realms of religion. And the Eastern religions are a lot worse in many instances. In Luke chapter 2, and verse 23, let's read it. As it is written in the law of the Lord, here we are quoting the law of the Lord, every male that opens the womb shall be called holy to the Lord. It's no longer whatever opens the womb, it is now every male. So there's change right before your eyes. Here is where you see in the New Testament somebody deliberately changed the word of the Old Testament with a social purpose in mind, and that was to degrade women. And it's in the Bible. And I'll tell you something. No matter what church you've been to, no matter what evangelist you've listened to, this is the first time you've ever heard that. Nobody else has told you that, but you saw it with your own eyes in the Bible. Okay. So there's a purpose, there's a madness at foot. I mean, you're looking at a book, in the book of Numbers, okay, which is God's holy word. God is supposed to instruct his chosen people that periodically you will bring the women to the gate of the city and give them a gynecological examination. Hours are generally 2 to 4 in the afternoon, you know, so forth. If the young lady fails to pass the gynecological examination and show evidences of virginity, then you bring the men of the town out and they stone her to death, hit her in the head with rocks. This is God's holy word to God's chosen people. Here you have several situations in the Old Testament of rabble knocking on the door and saying, send out the angels or send out the men that you have in there, and the people inside saying, no, we will not send out the angels, no, we will not send out the men, here, take our daughters, take our wives.